They fought for America. They wore the uniform. They followed orders. They crossed oceans. They faced death in war zones far from home. And when World War II ended, Black servicemen came home believing that maybe, just maybe, their sacrifice would finally force this country to see them differently. After all, they had defended freedom. They had served under the American flag. They had risked everything for a nation that called them when it was time to fight. But when many of them came home, they did not return to gratitude. They returned to segregation. They returned to insults. They returned to colored-only signs. They returned to buses, neighborhoods, schools, and systems that still demanded they know their place. They returned to a country willing to use their service, but not willing to fully honor their humanity. That is one of the most painful truths in American history. For many Black veterans, the war did not end when they got off the ship. It did not end when they put down the rifle. It did not end when they came home in uniform. Because once they stepped back onto American soil, many found themselves in a different kind of battle. A battle for dignity. A battle for safety. A battle to be treated like men after being asked to fight like patriots. Some were denied basic respect. Some were threatened for standing too tall. Some were attacked simply because military service had changed the way they carried themselves. They had seen the world. They had survived war. And many were no longer willing to bow their heads the way America expected. That refusal came with a price. This is why the story of Black military service cannot end on the battlefield. Because the battlefield was only part of the story. The rest of the story happened at bus stations, at train depots, on southern roads, in government offices, outside restaurants, at polling places, in hospitals, and in courtrooms where justice still did not always see them. One of the names we must remember is Isaac Woodard, a Black soldier, a man who served his country honorably, a man who came home in uniform, a man whose story would expose the cruelty that too many Black veterans still faced after the war was over. What happened to him shocked the nation, and that full story is the next story I'm telling here on From Chains to Change. So, if you believe these stories matter, subscribe, like, and stay with me, because our veterans deserve more than a footnote. They deserve to be remembered, every single one.